Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Goon Squad.
To my TED Talk.
The Goon Squad here.
I'm Myron Golden.
And I'm Gary.
And I'll be Joe. That's true. Alright, so we're wrapping it up after a 10-day trip with the boys. Traveling from Northeast Ohio all the way to Florida. West Palm, basically, or Delray Beach, better known. So we're going to do a quick little run through of everything we did, the highs and lows.
And the buffaloes.
So alright, so we start off in Northeast Ohio, Canton, Ohio, driving down to Lynchburg, Virginia, where we probably spent most of our free time watching Myron Goldman videos and learning how to increase our bank account, on top of watching Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson in it, which was a pretty good movie, funny movie. And then not only that, but we had Pastor Adam put up his security cameras.
I got a new cut.
And Lorenzo got a new look.
Show it off, though.
Let's see it.
Sheesh.
We got a new cut by our man Cortland himself. Cortland did most of the driving this trip. We got the new Nissan Rogue, which honestly I think is going to be the next purchase once we have families. So, what you say, Corey? Pretty good.
Very
How would you rate this vehicle on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd give it probably a 9.2.
I'm with that.
It basically drives itself, you know. The suspension system's amazing. Any bump you hit, you don't really feel it. Good on gas. We just filled up the tank. 450 miles a tank. It's got probably a 14-gallon tank in it. Averages 30 on the highway.
So pretty good for SUV.
Yeah, it's quiet. Brakes work great. 2024 Nissan Rogue. It's got a nice color to it. It's a grayish blue. You can literally take your hands off and it'll drive itself.
This is a review on the car.
Which is amazing. The 2018 RAV4 LE 4-cylinder all-wheel drive has lane assisting features, but not to the point where you can literally take your hands off of the wheel and it'll drive for you.
And whack off by driving.
Oh, bro, what the heck? All right.
Anyways, back to the trip.
So
I'm kidding.
So we leave Lynchburg and then we make a pit stop to Charleston, South Carolina, which was a pretty eventful trip. Pretty lame.
It was good. It was a 2-night stay.
It was a 2-night quick stay.
Charleston.
Little pit stop for Kyle's birthday. And we just walked around town, went to a convenience store.
And got really bored because there's nothing to do.
Okay, well.
No, we went to the market.
We went to the market.
We got some jewelry.
Yeah.
I got a chain. What'd you get?
I got a ring.
Got some chains.
And then after
cheap,
that,
too. Very cheap.
not shortly after that, we went to
The coffee shop.
shop.
It was called the
yeah.
Black. What's it called? The Black Den?
Black Door.
Black Door.
Black Door Coffee Shop.
And Drayton met the love of his life.
No, not even close. We go into the Black Door Coffee Shop. Now, granted, we're still in the Bible Belt here a little bit, but Charleston, you're kind of pushing it on the Bible Belt standpoint. So we go in there to the Black Door.
You're kind of pushing from atheist to...
Yeah, you're getting a whole humble jumble mix of things.
You don't know what you're getting down there.
So, well, actually, first we tried going to this one coffee shop, and the line is out the door, literally. The line is out the door.
No, it wasn't.
And I go,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, it was. And I go, shoot, fellas, what do we do here? We try to tough it out here, or do we go to the Black Door? And it's almost like the Holy Spirit was talking to me, saying, let's go to the Black Door. And so I said, all right, let's pack our bags. And we walk one block over to the Black Door. We get our coffee, and then Cortland sits down, and I sit down across from him. And then literally table next to me in Cortland, these two girls are reading their Bibles. And so Cortland, being the stud that he is, worked his magic and introduced
I had to
himself.
go to the bathroom, and he said, "Where's the bathroom?" And I was like, "Why don't you ask them what they're reading?"
Oh, so
They kind of went down like
So-
that.
Everybody's got their own version of the
They kind
story
of went
here.
down like that.
And then I got a call from Chris DeLucia while I was on the
on the can. So we're talking to these girls. It was Liv and Elena?
Layla.
Layla.
normal girl names. Watch out for the girls with a name that ends in the sound of dangerous.
Yeah. So what happened from there?
We talked to them. We got to know them really well, where they're from, what they like to do, how long they've been in the area. And then as they go, okay, we got to leave. So they leave.
And then I sat down right where they were sitting.
Well,
Lorenzo
that's-
scared him away.
We could leave those details out. Those
Lorenzo
are
scared him away.
prominent details. So they
They
leave.
followed us.
And so hold on. So they leave. 5 minutes go by. We're like, okay, let's leave. Let's do something. Let's go head out back to the apartment or whatnot. So we leave, and then we're walking back to our car, and then we hear some giggling behind us. It's giggling. They're laughing really loud. We turn around. It's the same girls.
They're following us down the road.
It's
literally.
the same girls. And so what we do, we talk to them, and this and that. We're talking to them, and then we get back. We lose our sense of direction. They're like, "Don't you guys need your phones? Don't you guys need your phones?" I'm like, "No, we don't need our phones. We're traditional, old school men. Like, you think like the pioneers needed phones? No, they navigated the stars, and that's how we were rolling. So we were navigating the streets of Charleston, South Carolina." And so we got distracted by talking to these girls.
Drayton.
No, mostly Cortland was doing the talking. And so we're like, okay, oh shoot, we gotta backtrack now. And so we said our goodbyes again. All right, see you later.
Sliding.
So we're like, okay, we'll see you later. So we start walking backtrack like 2 streets because we kind of overshot it a little bit. We go backtrack. Kyle goes, bro, they're following us. And I go, no shot. Now they're coming back. And I was like, okay, you're lying. So we take the corner to go to the parking garage. So I take the corner, or they all take the corner. I take the corner too, but then I backtrack and Kyle was like, what you doing? What you doing? I was going, I gotta see it for myself. So I backtrack. I said, no crap. They're following us.
Wow.
And I go, oh shoot. And then so look,
Dream
we're
acts
walking.
like he was the
So
stud.
look. So we're walking.
He is not
So
the
we're
stud.
walking.
We're like
So
the
we're
dud.
walking. So we're walking. So we're walking. And then Liv comes around the corner and she goes, hey fellas, I gotta ask you a question.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what's she gonna ask? She goes, hey guys, my friend Layla, and Layla doesn't even come around and say hi to us or nothing. She just walks, she just keeps on walking. She goes, Liv, she goes, hey, my friend wants to know, Layla wants to know if we could get the guy in the blue shirt's number. The guy in the blue shirt, it's Kyle. Oh my goodness, they wanted this dude Kyle's number. He said about 2 words through the whole conversation. Kyle's too up. More of the story, Kyle's too OP. Kyle said no. I got a beautiful girl waiting for me back at home.
And I said I have a girlfriend.
And
Lorenzo just they didn't even ask about Lorenzo. Lorenzo
I
was
told him,
like,
I said no.
Lorenzo was like, yeah, I got a girlfriend too. And they were like, I don't even get what?
I
They're
was
like,
like, no,
what?
I have a girlfriend. Or does he have a girlfriend? Or like, no, I have a girlfriend, but
Yeah.
Can I get his number? No, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, they're like, hey, they were like, hey, can I get Kyle's number? And then Lorenzo was like, I got a girlfriend. Don't even like bro. Anyways, Kyle respectfully said no, and they went about their day, and we went back home, and we've been plotting how can we nerf Kyle. So
I wasn't allowed to wear the Lululemon
yeah, no
shirt
more
anymore.
Lululemon for Kyle.
Now, I wasn't trying to nerf him. You were. Drayton was like, oh, this is a blessing from God. That,
Yeah.
oh.
Hey, we had some good conversations with them though.
what did we do after that?
What did we do after that?
Savannah.
Oh yeah,
No,
we
no, no.
basically just chilled for
We
the
went
night.
to the we went
watched
to the
film.
brick.
Oh,
We
the
ate at
sports
the
bar?
Brick.
That was when we first got in.
Yeah, that was the.
Okay. So that was before all this
Yeah,
happened.
that was before. We went to a sports bar and it was like very obnoxious.
They were a Browns backer bar.
It was a Browns backer bar, believe it or not. So,
okay. But what did we do after the coffee shop? We
I
went
think
to
we
the
just watched Big
store.
Lebowski. Did we go out that night? We didn't go out that night, did we?
I don't remember.
Oh, we played pickleball.
Oh yeah.
Did we?
Then we introduced Lorenzo to pickleball for the
we
first
did.
time.
that's
Started
great.
a whole
I remember
series.
that.
True. So we played pickleball on these
Pickleball all
courts that were
freaking week.
they were kind of wet. So we had to use this broom to brush off the water off the court.
Yeah.
We were still slipping on it. But played pickleball for a little bit. Lorenzo never touched a pickleball paddle in his life until that day. So we were introducing him to the game. But he didn't look like he did. So we were teaching him how to play. Next day rolls around, we wake up, get everything ready, and we head south. We're going to Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
On our way, that was kind of like a stopping point. We got lunch the next day at Savannah. At what restaurant was that?
The Cotton Inn.
The Cotton House.
Inn? Or-
Cotton House.
The Cotton House.
Something.
So it was
Something
it was
racist.
beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like 70 and sunny out. We walked around Savannah for a little bit. Got a picture by some big ornaments.
Oh yeah.
It smelled like weed for a second. A lot of people there. A lot of diversity. A lot of
It's a beautiful
A
city.
lot of history.
Yeah, they got
historic.
cobblestone streets.
Historic stairways
Yeah.
everywhere.
So
Felt
that
like I was
was
traveling back in time.
that was a fun little pit stop, right? I mean, I liked it. So we got back in the car, headed again south down to my dad's place where we stayed the night in Fort Pierce area.
Oh, wait, no, we ended up going out that night.
We did. So this was New Year's Eve. So this was December 31st. We pull up, go to my dad's house, we get changed, and we're looking to go out to this hot tub. So we get dressed, we bring towels, and there's a hot tub at a hotel in Vero Beach. It's really nice. So we pull up. The streets were filled before we even got out the car, and we were wondering what was going on. Well, there turns out there was live music and a New Year's Eve party going outside of Vero Beach. And so we parked the car, went up to the hotel, and everyone's in a suit in the back. Everyone's in a three-piece suit. The girls are all in dresses. There was security, bouncers, police officers.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, I'm in a hoodie and shorts, and we're all in t-shirts and sneakers. There's no way we can sneak in there. So the cops actually looked at us, and I was like, we were just like, let's just get out of here. So we went back, and we checked out.
Lorenzo was at the gate trying to unlock it.
Yeah.
He was like,
We couldn't have even been slick. We were just.
yeah, there was no slick behind it.
So we went to the live music across the street. It was actually kind of fun. There was a guy there that was
LeBron.
he was sloshed, really hammered.
He's like, well, how can I get drunk, man? How can I get drunk?
But anyways, so we hung out there for a little bit, listened to some music, and then
That was fun.
We grabbed some
Oh,
chairs, some
we sat
stogies.
out on the beach and had a deep talk.
Talked about life.
Talked about
And there's
life.
fireworks going on.
Yeah.
And in the background, you got the ambiance of the pool and hot tub, the nightclub scene.
Yeah.
So we were just sitting on the beach having a good time, and then the new year kicks off. You hear everybody counting down, and there we are sitting on the beach, pitch black, stogies in hand, and it's a new year.
Wieners.
We were there about 1:30. We were there until about 1:30 in the morning, weren't we? We were there pretty late.
about 1 a.m. So we went back, woke up the next morning, went south again to Delray, the Airbnb, checked in, had a hot tub, nice hot tub,
Yeah, and I broke it.
and then Renzo locked the screen before anyone else could get in it. So we thought it broke the first couple hours we were there, but the landlord showed us how to unlock it, so it was nice. It was David, yeah, he was a good host, and that place was really nice.
He didn't teach us how. He was like, I don't know what happens. I'm going to send my maintenance guy.
But it worked out. Played a lot of pickleball
Oh yeah.
after that.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That was the day.
Gary.
That was the day where we the first night in the Airbnb. I think the next morning, or was it the same day where we went to that pickleball arena. We jumped the fence.
Yeah, it was the. I think it was the next day.
Yeah, Drayton tells this story good.
Want me to tell it?
Yeah, so the next day we wake up and we want to go play pickleball. It's like 10 a.m.
So we get there. So Cortland's like, all right, I found a court, let's go there. So we drive there, and we find a parking spot. There's tennis courts too. But then as I'm looking out this window, as we're walking by these like 15-foot fences and tennis courts everywhere. I mean, you could hear the pickleball game being played. Like you could just hear it. You just know when the ball hits the paddle, you could just hear it. So there's pickleball around. But like in the middle of the tennis court complex, is what I'm going to call it, is like this giant Wimbledon arena. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, wow, this is a really nice park, really nice public park. But I was like, okay, how do we get into this place? These fences are like 15 feet high, they're humongous, nets and everything.
Drayton's leading the show.
So we're walking around. We take a block down and we hook a right and we hook another right. Like we're just walking around this neighborhood, like around like the pickleball area. And we finally come up to where they're playing pickleball at. It's kind of like in the back of the complex a little bit. Well, there's like a shorter fence there, and we're like, dude, how did we get into this place? Still, it's massive. This place is massive. And so we're like, okay, well, we're here. The fence is not that high. We're jumping the fence. So we jump the fence. We all jump the fence. And so we're in there now, and then we're on the sidewalk, and then we're walking on the sidewalk, and then we turn right to where you people gather to put their pickleball equipment and stuff like that. We turn right, and it's just like pickleball lore. Like people are wearing wristbands. They got the glasses, they got the pickleball paddles, they got the arm guards, leg guards. Any guards you got, they got it on, I'm sure of it. Like they were there to play. And we walk in there with some like rental gear, rental paddles, and hey dudes on, and a V-neck and tight shorts.
Hey.
And I was like, we are not in the right place, man. I was like, these people are here to play, like they're not here to mess around. So it was jam packed. There were so many people there that we put our paddles into the up next game, and so we all four play together and this like that. Lorenzo was hitting the ball on other people's courts, and we're getting yelled at. Hey, keep it on your side. I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, what are we getting ourselves into? Granted, this is his second day of playing pickleball. Actually. Ever. And so, like, we're there just playing pickleball, and then we played like 2 games, and then we get off, and we decided a brilliant idea of, hey, let's split up, let's play some more comp. So Cortland and Kyle, they go play with the comp people, and me and Zoe, we try to sneak on, and I was like, okay. So I went up there, I'm like, okay, let's do it. Come on, me and Lorenzo, you got this.
Comes up to us, he's like, I got a sprained wrist.
So we're getting ready to play. We finally get on there, and this one guy, he's older, I don't know his name, but he has like a sprained wrist. He's like, oh, Mike. He goes, I was like trying to fist bump him. He's like, don't fist bump me, I got a sprained wrist. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then this other dude named Gary, he was like, hey, my name is Gary. And I was like, okay, whatever, your name's Gary. And so we start playing. Needless to say, we got smoked. We lost 11-1, and they were like, that was you. He couldn't even return a serve.
He couldn't do it.
He couldn't return a serve.
Whatever.
And so
you suck too, dude.
No. So they were just so sick of playing with us. Like they were just like they didn't even want to play with us. You could just tell it. And they were throwing like smart comments, and they're like we would score a point. Like we scored one point.
I hit the ball up in the air.
So we scored 1 point, and they tossed the ball back to us, and Lorenzo catches it, and they go, oh, so he could catch. I was like, oh my goodness, bro, I was like, these guys are ridiculous, man. I tell you what. And so by the end of the game, we lose 11-1, Gary comes up to the net, hey, good game. I honestly think Mike walks away. I don't even think Mike touched our paddles. He walks away.
Care.
Mike walks away. Nowhere to be seen. Gary comes up, he goes, hey, I don't even think I touched paddles with him. After the game, you can touch paddles, game, whatever. I don't even think he comes up. He comes up.
Touch tips.
I don't even think he does that. He goes, hey, fellas, word of advice for you. And I'm over here thinking, word of advice, he's going to tell us how to hold the pickleball paddle, how to hit, directions to hit it, how, if it's coming in at you like this, hold it like this. He goes, hey, fellas, word of advice for you, play at a new court. I'm like, bro, first thing off rip. First thing ever, he goes, hey, fellas, go play at a new court. I'm like, this, I was so mad, I was tilted so bad, bro. I didn't even want to play after that. So, I go back and sit down. I'm like, dude, this is. I was like,
He's
what
called
the
us
heck?
athletic, though. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys got it in you. You just got to work your way up through different parks, and then you can.
Yeah, like it's
come
like a
back
battle
here.
arena. Like you have to beat the one arena to move up to the next. Anyways, so that's what Gary told us. I was like, that dude is a. Oh man, I did not have nice.
He was like, what did you play in high school? And I was like, or he's like, I can tell. You were a defensive back, right? And I was like, no, running back. And he's like, see, I see it. He's like, I can see it. Running back, you're athletic. And I was like, yeah.
He was full of bull, I'll tell you that much. He did not mean that one bit. He was just trying to build you up to tear you down.
I know.
So look, so we're sitting down. I'm like, Lorenzo, I think we should be done for a little bit. And Lorenzo was like, I want to practice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, whatever. And I was like, so let's just like chill out for a little bit, dude. And Lorenzo, this is where people enter the pickleball part. Lorenzo starts smacking a pickleball against the fence. He just starts smacking it. He was like, bounces in and just hits into the fence where people sit above the park bench. I'm like, Lorenzo, what are you? I was like, Lorenzo, you gotta stop. He didn't stop. I was like, all right then, let's go to the tennis courts or something and go, practice or let's just get out of this area before we get like yelled at or something. So what do? Lorenzo has the pickleball in hand and we walk out right behind where we entered, where we jumped the fence. Lorenzo takes the pickleball, smacks it over the fence where the pickleball people are playing, and the pickleball lands on the court, and you hear all these old people, whose ball is this? Whose Goodwill ball is this? And it's like the most off-brand pickleball you can, get this rental ball out of here. Oh my goodness, I was like, well, there goes practice. How are we going to practice when you smacked it over the fence, dude? I was like, dude, it was unbelievable. And yeah, and then so basically, next thing you know it, Lorenzo puts his pickleball paddle. He's like, you know what? The only way you get better is by playing. I'm like, you're right at that, but I don't want to play with you. So. And so
Wow.
I didn't want to be like that, but I had to. So Lorenzo put his pickleball paddle down in spot number 1, filled with someone else. There was like someone else that put their pickleball paddle down. And guess who comes up? Gary.
Gary did.
Gary sees this pickleball paddle. And he picks up Lorenzo. He looks at it. He was hesitant. He looks at it. He goes, he's looking around. He looks at it, picks it up, and he moves it. He takes Lorenzo out of queue. He takes him out of queue and moves it down to the very last position where where there's no paddles even at. Takes it and moves it down. Well, granted, over the whole time span of Lorenzo hitting the ball on the playing field.
Yeah, he told us that it wasn't fun to play with us either.
Oh yeah, he goes, yeah. When he's like, word of advice, he goes, it's not even fun playing when you guys are playing with us. So I was like, dude, that's what also made me mad too, is that he said that. I'm like, okay, all right, bro, all right. So look. So by the time, Lorenzo's hitting the ball against the fence and hitting it over the pickleball paddle complex onto the playing field, Kyle has the privilege of being Gary's partner. And Gary was just all over Kyle.
He loved Kyle.
He freaking loved Kyle like he was his own son in blood, dude. I couldn't imagine like a dude, like it was like a father-son bonding moment. It was like unbelievable, dude. Gary just loved Kyle to the point where Kyle got Gary's like special paddle that he kept locked up in his bag, and he only brings it out on special occasions. He let Kyle use it. I'm like, are you serious?
$300.
You go, here's my special paddle. I could bring it out on special occasions. You could use it whatever. I'll be here all day. I'm like, all right, dude. And I was like, that's unbelievable. And then so we come back, and then so Kyle's out there playing by himself using Gary's paddle, and Gary's just having a ball because Kyle's out there hitting, and Gary's watching it. He's getting it. Gary's like in the stands getting into it as well. He's moving around like he's like, yeah, there you go, backhand, Kyle, backhand. I'm like, dang, dude, what the freak? And then he's like, okay, well now I'm motivated. Gary's like, I'm motivated to play. Let me go play. Oh, spot number 1. That's where Lorenzo's paddle's at. Spot number 1. He looks at it. He sees Lorenzo's paddle. He goes, I've seen that paddle before. That's the paddle that they were using, that those special kids, that's what the paddle that they were using when we were playing against them, that we beat them 11-1 with. He picks it up, he moves it to the very back, and Lorenzo was like, yo, you see that? And I was like, I saw that. Lorenzo was like, hey, they moved my paddle. And I was like, yeah, they did. What the heck? And so I go, Gary, what's up, man? Why are you moving our paddle? He goes, oh, fellas. He tried to play innocent. Fellas. I thought that was Kyle's paddle. How is that Kyle's paddle when he's out there on the field, Gary? How is that Kyle's paddle? You gave him a new paddle, Gary. Why would that doesn't make any sense? He knew it was Lorenzo's. He didn't want to play it. He thought it was going to be slick. I called him out on it. He moves it back, and then so
he ends up having a wasted game with me.
Wasted game with Lorenzo. I think it was his whole mood. So look, it was to the point where the first player that Lorenzo queued up with leaves. He doesn't even want to play. He goes, oh, no. This guy's in a V-neck, hey dudes on, and short shorts. I'm not playing this game. So he leaves. And so I got roped in. They're playing on Sandy's team. And so I'm over there playing with Sandy, and Gary's trying to coach up Lorenzo, screaming at him. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, he told me, I was like, where's your wife, Gary? And he was like, oh, she's at work. He's like, I play it smart. She's at work.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you're a clown.
It was unbelievable. So I'm over here. I'm stuck with Sandy, and by association, they think I don't know how to play either. So now they're trying to tell me what to do and what not. And I'm like, okay.
You don't know how to.
And I hit a little simple ball. I hit the ball over the net, and they're like, oh, you got it, yeah. I'm like, bro, are you serious? I'm like, dude, that's just all I did was hit it over the net. So, that last game was unbelievable.
I go.
And so that was about it, really, yeah. So we just pack our bags up and leaves, and then next to know it, a lizard on that last game I was playing with Lorenzo, a lizard. Everyone just starts screaming on the court, what the heck is that? It's a lizard about this big, I'm not even joking, just running across the court. I turn around, I see this mom almost pick it up by the tail and just sling it over the fence. It was unbelievable. About this big, man, that freaking lizard was about this big. You could put a saddle on it and ride it. That's how big it was, man. It was unbelievable. Anyways, dude, we pack our bags up and we're leaving, and we're like, how do you get out of this place? And so we're walking around, tennis courts everywhere, and then we see this giant clubhouse, and we're like, oh, no way. This giant Rolls Royce, Bentleys, Lamborghini, Porsches, all out in the front. We're like, what the heck? Giant, nice clubhouse. I mean, they had showers in there. You could take your dog in there. You could wash your dog up in there. I don't know what they had in there, but I'll tell you this right now, dude. It was like you had to pay to play to get in there, so it kind of makes sense why all those people were mad. Because all we did was hop the fence with our rental gear, and we played with them. And we were giving them a business too. Don't get me wrong. We were giving them the run for their money. I mean, not me and Zoe, we weren't, but I'm sure Kyle and Cortland was. I mean, they made buddies, rode out with everyone in there. So yeah, we leave the place. Turns out it was like $30 to even enter the place, just to even look that way. Just for a one-day pass, it was like $30. We don't even imagine what a membership is, but yeah, truth be told, that's how that story ended. Us playing pickleball at like a Wimbledon pickleball course. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
So, following pickleball, we was that the day we went fishing?
Yeah.
Or was that the next day?
Yeah. That little tubby kid. Evan.
So that night we went to Benny's on the beach.
Caught 10 fish.
Yeah, we caught some small fish, and then I threw one of the fish on a hook, and I also put a shrimp on a hook, and I casted it far out. And after about 5 to 10 minutes, my line just starts spinning. I'm like, oh shoot. So I pull up, and I have something big on it. I don't know what it was, but it was running, and Evan saw it. This kid, he was right beside us. I think he was in 8th grade. And he was like, "Oh my goodness, I think that's a jack. That's a jack." Because it was like running all the way down the pier. And I was like, dude, I'm going to get caught up in everyone's line. And so I start reeling in a little bit, tighten the drag, and then it just spills off. The hooks just came straight off the line, like pulled the hook straight off the line.
Literally
So-
breaks the pole. It was unbelievable. Almost.
So then
Unbelievable.
we reeled in, stayed for a little bit longer and went home that night. And then played more pickleball the next day. We played pickleball every day, really.
Yeah, I think we ended up playing pickleball that night.
Probably.
Me and Kyle 1v1.
Yeah.
Drayton got the best of me, unfortunately.
Oh, I went down. Hey, I went down. Look at this.
Got a battle scar.
Yeah.
I didn't go down without a fight though.
See that? That's the last point right there. He hit it, and I was like, I ain't letting him do it. So I dive. I jump. Boom! Send over his head. Drops in for the point. I win the game.
There was a giant wet spot on the ground with Drayton's love handles all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, bro. Bro, we're at the. I'm cooking in here. I'm about to take a
Uh-oh.
We went to go see Sonic 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Let's tell
then
them that story.
the next day,
Was that the next day? Tell the escape.
the Friday, what is it, Sunday? So Friday was like a big day. We had we played pickleball. Did we go to, that's when we played with Joe and
I
Benny.
go.
Joe and Benny.
You go.
They're from New Jersey, but they were down here on vacation, I guess. And yeah, they were funny. Italian guys. Benny kept asking us where we were going out drinking because he wanted to join us that night. And then after that, we did an escape room, went to a movie, and what else did we do?
The most bougie movie theater.
Oh, you gotta talk about the escape
We're
room.
talking about
Dude, the movie theater.
The escape room was pretty
there.
fun.
They had blankets in the movie theater, and they had freaking trays, and then you could order. The waitress would come up to you and be like, "Hi, what would you like today? Happy ending?" Or no,
all
no.
for Sonic 3, man.
All for Sonic 3, bro. It was a good movie.
Classes of one. They had
the
specials.
best movie.
They had promos going on the screen as advertisements. They go 25% off if
crazy.
you order a bottle of wine over $100. We're at a movie theater. Why is there bottles of wine? We saw a bottle of wine on the menu that was $500.
Yeah.
Our popcorn, me and Corlin, we got
It
a
cost
popcorn.
25. Oh yeah, the whole thing was too is like we were supposed to go there. I booked the movie and it was supposed to be at 9 o'clock, but it ended up being 9:45. And then I ended up picking the wrong theater, and
Well, not-
the most bougie.
Well, not only that, it was probably the most bougie theater out there. Like, I'm not even joking. You walk into this place, and I didn't even feel like I was in a movie theater. I thought I was in a Michelin star restaurant. Like, I'm like, where are we? Like, how do I get to the movie?
The servers were like super nice too. They're like, "What would you like?" and all that, and then they made you tip. Everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, so before we go to this movie theater, because we're thinking it's just a normal movie theater, we're like, okay, we're gonna sneak snacks into this place. So we go to Publix, and we just get, we get everything to drink. We get, Pedialyte, because we're exhausted. We've been out in the sun playing pickleball all day. So we get Pedialyte, water. Kyle buys a family size snack pack of Oreos. And I buy Twizzlers, and Lorenzo buys Swedish Fish, and I don't think Cortland got really anything.
You got some dates.
He got some dates.
It's a bad good.
I needed
And some Advil. He has a crazy headache from being out in the sun all day.
so bad.
So dehydrated.
Pickleball.
So we're like, okay, we're gonna do the classic sneak your snacks into the movie theater, because we don't have no idea what this movie theater looks like yet. We're just getting our snacks, and we getting our snacks, and we're like in the bougie part of like Florida. Like, I'm not even joking. Just like there's this really rich person's restaurant called Eddie V's.
Eddie B's, Myron Golden
Myron
eats
Golden
at Eddie
eats there.
B's.
East there, and I'm like, okay, a lot of rich people are here, but I'm just like, okay, it's just gonna be another Cinemark movie theater, classic movie theater. We go in there, and it sounded like a nightclub, like the music, the whole environment of the movie theater. And they go in, they go, hey, do you have reservations? Reservation? It's a movie. Reservations? It's a movie. What do you mean?
And Kyle's walking in, he sounds like a walking Dorito
He
bag.
sounds like a walk. Yeah, he literally sounds like a walking Dorito.
He had a pack of Oreos
Shoved in my butt.
in his back, like, and in his belt waist, you know, like in the back of his pants.
Thank goodness they had the music playing. They probably would have got caught.
So we're buying the tickets, and Kyle drops his wallet, and I'm like, shoot, I gotta pick this up because if he bends over, we're screwed. Like they know.
It's over. That boy's falling out.
So,
Dude.
but we get in, and there's just like a restaurant in this movie theater, and it's a nice restaurant. I mean, there's bottles of wine,
On the wall.
there's like white tablecloths on everything, on all the tables and all the etc. There's a bar there. It was a beautiful time, and each seat came with a blanket that said IPIC on it. The name-
IPIC.
All for Sonic 3, baby.
And before that, we did an escape room.
Oh,
So we get there, and
I picked it.
yeah, Lorenzo picked it. It was good. It was a murder mystery. So when we get there, we were a little nervous because it kind of looked like it was like, oh, you put 3 clues together, and there's just this tiny little room, and that's that. And you have a good night, whatever. But so we start getting into it a little bit. We start doing some clues. Lorenzo's putting some good work in on his little notepad that he found, and Drayton's helping out a little bit. He's you're finding some puzzle pieces because those help give us a clue. But thanks to Court, we unlocked the next door that we didn't even know existed behind the bookshelf.
Oh, yeah.
So then it leads us into this hallway. So once we get into this hallway, there's this little doggy door that you can stick a mirror through and see the code on the other side of it. Well, we're all like huddled in this hallway, and Court's laying down, sticking the mirror through
Freaking
it.
farting.
Dude, he farted. He's been farting all week, but that one is probably top 3 worst ones.
Yeah, because not only that, we were in a confined space. Like, we could not escape it. Like, we couldn't escape it no matter what.
We were all choking on
Every single room, the
Mustard
hallway,
gas.
the side room, the back room, just ripping it constantly. It was just unbelievable. My eyes were, I couldn't focus. I couldn't think. My eyes were burning. The only thought in my head was just to try to survive the gas chamber I was in. Which is unbelievable.
But
Stinky it was. Sometimes you gotta fart though.
Sometimes you got to.
I just felt bad for the family that was coming in after us.
I think it cleared out. So then we make our way through. We get into the next room. That room was a breeze. We only asked for 1 hint in that room. I don't think we would have been able to get that hint, that clue.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you had to use a ruler on a map, count the inches, and that was a code in between the cities. It was weird. So we get through that, make it into the final room, and there's like 10 minutes left when we get into this room, so we gotta speed run it, which we do, thankfully. We get through all the clues, and there's 2 minutes left, and we get the unlock code and the correct answer of who committed the murder, who committed the crime. So we make it through, unlock the door, get out into the hallway, and mission completed, mission successful. So we line up, they asked us if we want a picture, which we did. Of course, we beat the escape room, and we all get our special signs, and the rest is history, man. We were all standing there.
It was awesome. That was my favorite part of the trip, was that escape room.
That was a good part.
Cortland farted during the picture.
During the picture, and nobody could. Oh,
I couldn't even pull it together.
nobody could. Our picture looks really.
Because
Really
Cortland
goofy.
farted in the.
Bro, those
And
prisoners? What was that?
that was the shit. Yeah, it was it's community service.
Dude, they're wearing black and white prison clothes.
Like old school?
Yeah,
Like holes.
they were, dude. They actually.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So then, the next day, what did we do the next day? Beach day?
Yeah, it was just a beach day.
Beach, Benny's, and pickleball.
They were making out on the beach, those two.
Oh yeah, dude.
There was a couple like making love on the beach right behind us, and some ladies smoking Mary
Their
Jane.
freaking towel was blue and
Yeah, we
their clothes were
played
white, and their
Careless
dye
Whisper.
of their-
We blasted Careless
their
Whisper, and they
towel
started staring at us.
The court was taking pictures.
Yeah, I had to get a photo of that. So,
Wraps it up.
Yep. And we went to church today.
Calvary Chapel, 10 out of 10. Went
Now
through
we're trying to
Ephesians.
make it back home with a flight being canceled.
Bro, this guy wakes us up at 3 in the morning.
Prophesying about the flight being canceled.
I did. I told you guys, bro.
so that's it. Now we're dropping Kyle off at Breakaway.
Another week in Florida.
We gotta go home and go to work. Lorenzo's got work tomorrow too.
Work, and I'm going home to see my girlfriend.
He's so excited to see Rachel.
He's been talking about her all week.
No.
No.
No. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching and listening. It's been 40 minutes, so that's a long time. But that is the boys' trip 2024-2025 to Florida. Peace and love and donuts.